There's a moment almost every man will face. You're having a great conversation with a younger woman, everything's flowing, the vibe is right, and then, boom, she hits you with it. How old are you? In that split second, your response can make or break the moment. Answer the wrong way and you'll feel the shift. Her energy changes, the spark fades, and suddenly the conversation isn't as engaging. But if you handle it right, not only does it stop being a problem, but it can actually make you even more attractive in her eyes. Most men fumble here. They hesitate, get defensive, or start explaining themselves. And the second they do that, they lose their appeal. But a select few know how to flip the script. They don't just answer the question, they take control of the conversation. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But first, let's get something straight. The issue isn't your age, it's how you respond to the question. Women, especially younger women, don't actually care about the number. What they really want to know is whether you're confident, composed, and secure in yourself. It's a test. They're watching to see if you're a solid, self-assured man, or if deep down, you're insecure about your age. So before we go any further, I have a question for you. Do you think age is a disadvantage when dating younger women? If you believe it matters, comment yes. If you think it doesn't, comment no. I want to hear your thoughts before I reveal the truth. Because here's the reality. If you believe age is a problem, you've already made it a problem. But if you know how to handle it right, it can actually become your greatest advantage. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to shift your mindset and take control. Before we continue, if you resonate with the Stoic mindset, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. If today's content speaks to you, comment 1. If not, comment 2. I'm always looking to improve. Now, let's dive in. Here's how to turn your age into an advantage. 1. A Stoic perspective. Age is just a number. Mindset is everything. Most men assume that when a woman asks about their age, she's looking for a specific number, a magic threshold that decides whether she stays interested or not. But here's the truth. The number itself doesn't matter. It's how you respond to the question that does. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This applies perfectly here. You can't control whether a woman asks about your age, but you can control how you respond. And that response reveals everything about you. Because here's what most men don't realize. The moment you hesitate, flinch, or justify yourself, you send a silent but devastating message. I'm not comfortable with myself. And when a woman senses that insecurity, it's not the age gap that turns her off. It's the lack of confidence. Nothing kills attraction faster than a man who's unsure of himself. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael was 45, recently divorced, in great shape, and finally getting back into dating. He had a strong personality, a solid career, and a lifetime of experiences that made him an interesting man. But every time he met a younger woman, he made one critical mistake. His reaction gave him away. I remember him telling me about a 27-year-old woman he really liked. They were vibing. The energy was electric. The conversation flowed effortlessly. And then, out of nowhere, she casually asked, "How old are you?" At that moment, he panicked. He tensed up, laughed nervously, then blurted out, "I'm 45, but I still feel young." And just like that, everything changed. The energy shifted, the spark faded, and within minutes, the conversation fell apart. But here's what Michael didn't realize. It wasn't his age that turned her off, it was his reaction. The issue wasn't Michael's age. The conversation died not because he was 45, but because he made it a big deal. And the second he treated it like an issue, she saw it as an issue too. Contrast that with John, a man I coached who's 55 years old. When a woman asks John about his age, he simply smiles, stays completely calm, and says with absolute certainty, "I turned 55 in September." No hesitation, no nervous laughter, no unnecessary explanation. Then, without missing a beat, he smoothly shifts the focus back to her. "When's your birthday?" See the difference? By answering with confidence and immediately redirecting the conversation, he sends a clear, unshakable message. Age isn't a big deal. And because he doesn't make it a big deal, neither does she. Where most men fail. They think the problem is the number, but in reality, the problem is their reaction. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in. It teaches us a fundamental truth. The event itself isn't the issue. It's how we interpret it that matters. Once you internalize this, you take back control. Because let's be honest, if a woman is talking to you, flirting with you, engaging with you, she's already attracted. You're already in the game. And unless you ruin it, your age will never be the deciding factor. So, here's the reality. If you feel insecure about your age, remember this. The issue is never the number. The issue is how you think about it. Have you ever been in this situation? Comment yes if you've experienced this before. Comment no if you've always been confident in your age. In the next section, I'll break down the biggest mistakes men make when answering this question and how they're sabotaging themselves without even realizing it. 2. The mistakes that make men self-sabotage. Your biggest enemy is always within. Most men don't even realize it. But the way they respond to the age question can either build attraction or completely destroy it. And the worst part? They sabotage themselves without even knowing it. They think they're handling it well. They think they're being smooth. But in reality, they're sending out clear signals of insecurity. And once a woman picks up on that, the attraction fades instantly. The 3 biggest mistakes that kill attraction. Mistake number 1, adding a disclaimer or justification. Some men try to soften the blow by justifying their age. I'm 50, but I have a young spirit. I'm 50, but I stay in great shape. I'm 50, but I can still keep up with guys in their 30s. They think this makes them sound more attractive. But in reality, it sends the exact opposite message. I know my age is a problem, so let me try to make up for it. And the moment you do that, she feels it. A Stoic man never justifies himself. He doesn't try to make excuses. He doesn't seek approval. He simply states the truth with confidence. Because here's the truth. When you add a disclaimer, you unknowingly tell her, I see my age as a weakness. And if you see it as a weakness, so will she. That's what makes you look weak. Mistake number 2, avoiding the question or trying to be clever. Some men dodge the question because they think it sounds mysterious or playful. Age is just a number. Old enough to know better, young enough to still have fun. I get why they do it. They think they're being smooth. But in reality, it makes it seem like they're hiding something. And if there's one thing women have, it's an uncanny ability to sense insecurity. The moment you avoid the question, you trigger a red flag in her mind. Why won't he just answer? What is he hiding? And once that doubt creeps in, you've already lost some of your appeal. Because here's the reality. A man who is truly comfortable with his age has no reason to dodge the question. Mistake number 3, drawing attention to the age gap. Imagine you ask a woman, "Where are you from?" And instead of answering, she says, "Oh, I've been all over the place. I'll tell you later." What would you think? It feels shady, right? That's exactly how it comes across when men make a big deal about their age. Instead of simply stating it, they highlight the gap. "Wow, I'm old enough to be your dad." So, do you like older men? They think they're being funny, maybe even charming, but in reality, they're making her think about something she wasn't even considering. And the more she thinks about it, the more likely she is to question, "Am I really okay with this?" The truth about women and age gaps. Here's the reality. Women don't obsess over age gaps nearly as much as men think they do. If a woman is attracted to you, it's because of your energy, your presence, the way you make her feel. But the moment you start acting insecure about your age, you break the spell. You force her to see a problem she wasn't even thinking about. And instead of seeing you as a confident, attractive man, she starts seeing you as a guy who's insecure about getting older. All these mistakes come from one core issue. Men see their age as a burden, when in reality, it's an asset. Because a high-value man doesn't just accept his age, he owns it, he embraces it, and he knows exactly how to turn the age question into a moment of attraction instead of a moment of self-doubt. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how. 3. The Stoic formula, the only answer you need to take control of your life. Most men panic when a woman asks about their age. They hesitate, they overthink, they scramble to find the right answer. But here's the truth. This isn't a test, it's an opportunity, and if you handle it correctly, you won't just maintain attraction, you'll increase it. The key? A simple but powerful 3-step formula. Acknowledge, reframe, redirect. This approach keeps you calm, confident, and in control, allowing you to steer the conversation in your favor. Step 1. Acknowledge. A high-value man doesn't avoid reality. He owns it. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't over-explain. He accepts what he cannot change and moves forward with confidence. So when she asks, "How old are you?" you answer directly. No hesitation, no justification, no apology. Example, "I turned 45 in June." But here's the key move. Simply stating your age isn't enough. You reinforce your confidence by adding a powerful statement. And honestly, I feel better than ever. And I have to say, I've never been sharper. And the funny thing is, I can still outrun guys in their 30s. A Stoic man doesn't waste energy worrying about what he can't change, and a man who delivers his answer with calm, collected certainty, that's magnetic. Step 2. Reframe. Most men fail at this stage. They just state their age and leave it hanging, which invites judgment. But you take control. Instead of letting your age be just a number, you turn it into an advantage. I turned 50 in May. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that insert wisdom, experience, or a confident statement. I'm 50, and to be honest, I've never felt more confident and attractive. I'm 50, and the funny thing is, I'm at the best stage of my life. This does two powerful things. One, it shows you're 100% comfortable with yourself. It subtly shifts her perception, helping her see your age as a strength. When you frame it as an asset, she sees it as one too. Step 3. Redirect the conversation. Once you've acknowledged and reframed, you smoothly shift the focus back to her. A simple follow-up question does the trick. When's your birthday? What's your zodiac sign? Even if you don't care about astrology, it keeps the conversation flowing effortlessly. The key here, act like it's normal, because it is. Picture this. A woman asks how old you are. Instead of hesitating or acting self-conscious, you smile and answer smoothly. I just turned 48 in May, and honestly, this has been my best year yet. How about you? When's your birthday? No resistance, no awkwardness, just pure confidence. And because you don't flinch, she won't either. Own it, embrace it, turn it into an advantage. That's how a high-value man takes control. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to handle any challenge with the same unshakable confidence. 4. The mindset shift, how to truly own your age. A man's attractiveness has never been about his age. It's about how he carries himself, how he shows up in the world. Some men in their 50s or even 60s effortlessly attract younger women, while others struggle in their early 30s. Why? Because confidence isn't tied to a number. It's tied to how you see yourself. The truth about age and attraction. If you view your age as a disadvantage, you'll unconsciously turn it into one. But if you see it as an asset, others will too. The real issue isn't that men get older. The issue is that too many let their age define them. They buy into the societal narrative that youth equals attractiveness. Aging means losing your appeal. They absorb these lies without realizing how much they're limiting themselves. And once they believe it, their entire behavior shifts. Their posture changes. Their voice loses certainty. Their interactions feel weaker. It's not age that turns women off. It's the energy a man gives off when he feels uncomfortable with it. A real example. 2 men, 2 mindsets. I worked with 2 men. One was 44. The other was 57. The 44-year-old was in decent shape, stable career, intelligent. But in his mind, he was too old to attract younger women. He obsessed over competition. He convinced himself that women only wanted younger men. And because he believed this, every interaction he had was tainted by insecurity. It didn't matter that he was only 44. He acted like a man who had already lost the game, and that became his reality. The 57-year-old who owned his age. This man was different. He had no doubts about himself. He carried a powerful presence, a sharp intellect, and a life rich with meaningful experiences. He didn't try to prove anything. He simply existed as a man who knew his worth. And guess what? Women didn't care about his age. They cared about how he made them feel. This is where Stoicism comes in. A Stoic man doesn't waste time worrying about things outside his control. He doesn't sit around wondering, am I too old? Do younger guys have the advantage? Instead, he focuses on what he can control: his presence, his mindset, his self-mastery. Because here's the truth, women don't respond to numbers, they respond to certainty. If you struggle with your age, ask yourself, what's really holding me back? Is it the number itself, or the meaning I've attached to it? Because here's a fact. If a woman is talking to you, she's already interested. And if she asks about your age, she's not looking for a reason to reject you. She's observing how you react. The wrong reaction. Hesitation, self-doubt, over-explaining, that instantly kills attraction. The right reaction. calm, director, confident. That maintains and even amplifies attraction. Owning your age equals owning your life. This isn't just about dating. It's about how you show up in every aspect of life, because the world will follow your lead. If you act like your best years are behind you, people will treat you that way. But if you walk through life like you're at your peak, you'll be treated accordingly. At the end of the day, the only difference between a man who struggles and a man who thrives is his belief system. Now, I have a challenge for you. In the next section, I'll push you to test this mindset for yourself, to apply it in real life, and to feel the difference it makes, because once you do, you'll never question your age again. 5. The final test, a challenge to redefine yourself. Understanding the theory is one thing. Living it, that's where transformation happens. This is the dividing line between a high-value man and one who lets insecurity control him. If you're ready to test your mindset, to prove to yourself that confidence isn't about age, but about how you carry it, then I have a challenge for you. Try this, and you'll notice something immediately. People, especially women, will respond to you differently. Step 1. Own your age in the mirror. First, stand in front of a mirror and say your age out loud. Not with hesitation, not with apology, with absolute confidence. Look yourself in the eye and say, I am 42 years old. I am 55 years old. I am 48 years old. But don't stop there. Immediately follow up with a powerful affirmation. I am 42 years old and I'm in the best shape of my life. I am 55 years old and I wouldn't trade my experience for anything. I am 48 years old and I've never felt more confident. Do this every morning for a week. It might seem simple, but how you speak about your age shapes how you feel about it. And if you keep telling yourself, I'm too old, women only want younger men. I've lost my appeal. Those beliefs will infect everything you do. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you see yourself. The world doesn't define you. You define yourself. Step 2. The real-world test. Now take it into real life. Pay attention to how you react when someone asks your age. Do you answer with confidence? Or do you hesitate, make excuses, or try to justify yourself? This is your moment to break the old pattern. Take on this challenge and observe what happens, because the world will reflect back exactly how you feel about yourself. The ultimate confidence test. The next time a woman asks your age, 1. Pause for a second. No rushing, no awkward laughter, no justifications. 2. Then say, directly and calmly, I turned 50 in March. 3. Immediately shift the focus back to her. When's your birthday? Then watch what happens. If you hold your confidence, if you don't flinch, she won't care either. And in that moment, you'll realize the truth. The issue was never the number. It was always about how you reacted to it. Step 3. Observe the world around you. Now start paying close attention. In social settings, watch how women react to different types of men. Look at older men who own their presence. Look at men who seem uncertain about themselves. Which ones struggle? Which ones attract people effortlessly? You'll notice a pattern. Women aren't turned off by age. They aren't doing mental math to calculate your birth year. They're responding to the energy you bring. And the moment you start owning your age, the game changes forever. Final step. Share your experience. This is the last part of the challenge. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried this? How did it feel? Did you notice a shift in how people responded to you? Because here's the reality. If you've ever seen your age as a disadvantage, one small shift in mindset can completely change how you see yourself. In the end, you have two choices. Let society, doubt, and insecurity dictate how you feel about your age. OR. Take control of the narrative, own your age with confidence, and watch as the world adjusts to your energy. The choice is yours. Age is just a number. What truly matters is how you own it. A confident man doesn't flinch or make excuses when asked his age. He embraces it fully and unapologetically. But the moment you hesitate, justify, or draw attention to the gap, that's when insecurity creeps in. The issue isn't the number, it's the energy you bring. Women are drawn to presence, composure, and the way you carry yourself. If you treat your age as an asset, it becomes one. But if you see it as a limitation, that belief will seep into everything you say and do. Attraction isn't about age, it's about the way you define yourself. Walk with confidence, own your story, and the world will mirror that respect right back to you. You either own your age, or your age owns you. Attraction isn't about numbers, it's about presence. Women don't lose interest because of your age. They lose interest when they sense you're unsure about it. The difference between a man who struggles and a man who thrives. It's not youth, it's not looks, it's not luck, it's certainty. The man who owns himself, the man who speaks with confidence, the man who embraces his experience and wears it like armor. That's the man people gravitate toward. You can't change the past, you can't make yourself younger, but what you can control is how you show up in the world. If you believe your age is a disadvantage, you'll prove yourself right. But if you see it as a strength, if you recognize the value of your lessons, your accomplishments, your presence, people will take notice. There's a reason younger guys try to act older. They chase the confidence, the experience, the presence that only time can build. But you already have what they're trying to fake. The only question is, do you realize it? So next time someone asks your age, don't hesitate. Don't explain. Don't overthink it. Say it naturally. Let it roll off your tongue. Move on like it's the most normal thing in the world. Because here's the truth. The world takes its cues from you. When you act with confidence, people follow. When you own your age, you own your life. Now, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever met a man who embraced his age with absolute confidence? And more importantly, how have you applied this mindset in your own life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe to Stoic Station, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. See you in the next one, where we'll keep leveling up, mastering mindset, confidence, and life.